Hello, everybody, and good morning, and thank you for joining us today for our 2021 Virtual Student Undergraduate Research Festival presentation. Hello, my name is Emily Pollard. I'm an elementary and special ed major.
And hello, my name is Mattie Brustkern, and I am an elementary and special education major. Our advisor for our SURF project is Dr. Joe Helbling from the Education Department.
Our SURF research project is titled Kindergarten Literacy Program. For our SURF project, we wanted to dive into an area of the education field that covers the key literacy components for an elementary age school students.
The official question we wanted to tackle and dive deeper into through our research is what makes an excellent literacy program for a kindergarten classroom. We knew this was an important question to look into because kindergarten age students are in their most formative years of schooling and developing a sense of love for literacy, even prior to teaching them how to read. This is key to helping them succeed in school and in life. So, we wanted to dive deeper into specific components of literacy programs, certain types of books for kindergarten classrooms, and the applicable activities that lead to the betterment of literacy development in a kindergarten classroom. Methods. The purpose of our study was to develop a hypothetical 6-week literacy program that included specific components of the best previously peer-reviewed and published literacy programs, types of books for kindergarten classrooms that focused on strengthening key curriculum concepts, and hands-on, interactive, engaging activities that lead to the overall improvement of literacy development and comprehension in a kindergarten classroom. To establish a firm basis for our research project, we used secondary data analysis of previously established and published studies and the state of Montana Common Core standards to find what the key components of our literacy program should be. We then took these ideas into consideration, combined certain aspects, and developed our own literacy program. To do this, we took a series of steps. We first decided that in a kindergarten age classroom, qualitative feedback and data would be more valuable than quantitative. We established through research that a child's ability to relay in their own words what they understood and their ability to engage with the material was of more importance than a quantitative approach. We then determined through research what the most important elements would be to incorporate into our literacy program and place a specific emphasis on. These elements were focusing on what the readings will consist of, focusing on the foundational skills of literacy, and discovering applicable and engaging activities that go hand in hand with the readings.
We are going to go over our findings that we discovered in our research to be the most important to incorporate into our program. Firstly, we found that it is essential in a kindergarten classroom to incorporate the foundational skill of mastering the alphabet. This includes the student becoming familiar with the sounds each letter of the alphabet makes. An example of a book we listed is Alpha Oops, The Day Z Went First by Aletha Qantas. This book is fun and engaging, using creative images as well as starting backwards in the alphabet with Z going against student routine understanding. The book provides a lot of opportunity for read-alouds and sharing in the reading, providing an opportunity for students to turn to a peer and share their own knowledge of words that begin with a given letter they know, allowing them to form a connection. This seemingly simple function is truly going to be impactful to their literature comprehension and as well as develop their functional skills, providing them with a resource to become more fluent readers. For our second book, we looked at The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. This particular piece of children's literature incorporates a lot of sight words. These words are not typically phonetically sound, so incorporating these into reading is important for students to become experts in reading them. This is also important in developing students' communication skills, because sight words make up a majority of sentences and are used more often than some may realize. The Common Core State Standard states students are to read common high-frequency words by sight. A book like Cat in the Hat is able to check this standard. As well as the standard, students can recognize and produce rhyming words. Not only is rhyming an aspect of literature that provides opportunity for students' foundational skills to develop, but it is also a fun way to engage students into the story. When students recognize rhyming words, they are forming a connection between word families, building the function of noticing similarities between two words. The connection between a relationship in words is stated in the standards as students can distinguish between similarly spelled words by identifying the sound of the letters that differ. The third book we looked at places an emphasis on vocabulary and increasing comprehension skills. The book Schwasby and the Sea by Beth Ferry is a story of a man whose dearest friend is the sea, the story revolving around his relationship with his neighbors. The story is more complex than the books mentioned before, with a larger developing story that allows the reader to recognize characters and comprehend the changing stories and scenes that come along. The book allows opportunity for conversation amongst the class, providing read-alouds and sharing in the reading. Common Core standards that go well with this book and what skills are required are, with prompting and supports, students can ask and answer questions about key details in a text. They can identify the main topic and retell key details of a text. And lastly, they can describe the connection between two individuals, events, ideas, or pieces of information in the text. The book also introduces vocabulary words that can be added to students' word bank that they can apply to their everyday use of words. The book also provides an opportunity to look at phonics as well as the use of sight words. All of the books stated are examples of meaningful books that can be implemented into the classroom because of the inclusive functional skills that can come about from them. With the use of activities that include speaking and writing, the students' skills will further be developed. With a basis of sharing in the reading and read-alouds, many different activities can be planned based off of the books introduced that day. This can include acting out scenes in a book, writing a story of their own, or drawing in this case for kindergarten. The alphabet book would be a great opportunity for students to practice writing each letter and a picture along with it that represents that letter. Common Core state standards are going to be an essential part of guiding what the program will consist of, but from our own research and interpretation, the books chosen are going to be critical in fully enhancing these standards as well as creating a fun and engaging classroom. To take a look at not just the type of books we incorporated, but also the activities we thought would benefit a kindergarten student's literacy skills, please feel free to scan the QR code attached to our presentation.
For our conclusion, by conducting secondary data analysis and creating our own literacy program for a kindergarten classroom, we were able to conclude a series of things. One thing being that the best literacy programs place an emphasis on actively sharing in the reading and reading aloud. Another important aspect to a successful literacy program is that by combining the state curriculum standards with an everyday usage of auditory, visual, social, and kinesthetic activities, students will have the opportunity to achieve a more lasting, impactful, and positive learning outcome. Additionally, we found that the key components of our everyday lessons will consist of vocabulary, phonics, fluency, and comprehension. We placed an emphasis on these elements of our literacy program through both engaging class and individual activities, along with the books we chose.
Kindergarten classrooms are not as simple as they may seem. It is students' foundational years in developing good reading habits. These are not just skills that will benefit them in reading, but as well as their everyday communication skills. With enhancing students' understanding and comprehension, vocabulary, and fluency of reading, students will be more successful in other areas of school and life while learning how to communicate appropriately. Furthermore, we decided that if we were to continue our research, or if others were to build off of ours, we would want to dive into virtual learning options that cover the same literacy curriculum components we emphasized. We knew this would be a great option for further research due to the current world climate. Virtual learning is growing in usage and popularity.
And here is a portion of our works cited resources. And here's the QR code if you would like to take a look at our further research. Thank you.